Have you ever wondered what it would be to be a god? I say it's a strange feeling, but still a feeling that makes you feel powerful. I do not want to brag, but I did. You would probably call me a monster, but in my world, I'm not. I live in a small urban area in Dalsland in Sweden, forest, and have a large area that I have built my secret bunker. I can say that my project was more of an curiosity to see how people will handle before they break down. My setup was very simple. I have 3 different rooms. They are small. 3 of them have different living standard. In room number 1, there's nothing more than a bed and no windows, no bars, no nothing. Room number 2 are more comfort, and room number 3 a little more luxury. In all of the rooms I have cameras, microphones, so I could tell them about what they should do, as they would go on for 24/7. I can turn on and off the light whenever I wanted. This would be an interesting test for me to look at. I managed to kidnap 3 different people of different ages, 2 men and 1 woman. Let me call them 1, 2, 3. Since the names were not important in my project, test object 1 was used to her luxury, and she got the minimal living condition, while test object 3 had a more luxury because he has been a homeless man. Day 1, everyone is confused, do not understand what's happening. They are screaming and yelling, and they don't want to be there. It's a noise that makes me a little happy inside. Test object 1 was the one that made most screams. Day 3, they are still confused, trying to escape. But there is no escape. There are only one way out, and that's through that steel door, and they won't get out of that place. Test subject 1 is screaming, she wants out. Test subject 2 are adapting, and test subject 3 are more not there, if you say like that. Day 11, I have let test object 1 sleep not as well as the other, but the lightnings have been on and off every hour. God, what I love technology. You can do so much with them, and those whispering messengers that wants her to take her own life. And I have started the whispering sound to test the object 2 and 3. They're not freaked out, but they will be. Test day 25. Object 1 lacks its life. Test object 1 still wants to be released, but it falls to deaf ear. Test item number 2 is talking to himself. He's slowly losing his mind, and test subject 3 is still not there. Day 41. The food ration has slowly downsized test object 1. She is starving, but I don't really care. It's just fun to see somebody trying to survive. But the whispering is making her more crazy. And test subject 2 are still losing his mind. Sleeping badly, doesn't eat, miss his family. How cute. Test object 3 is now moving around in circles and listening to the whispering and talking to the whispering. Test day 63. Test objects have taken her own life. Oh, so poor little one, wasn't strong enough. But it was fun to see the reward. Test object 2 attempts suicide, but is failing. He has not been pushed over the edge yet. Test object 3 is hurting himself, but it seems like he's enjoying it. I didn't even dream of seeing this, but this is very entertainment. Day 79. Test object 2 has stopped eating altogether. This will be a painful death for him, but I am looking forward for it. And test object 3 is still hurting himself, but I think he has some kind of fetish for damaging himself. Fascinating to look at. Day 89. Test object 2 is dead. Then it was a winner. Test object 3. I pushed down the microphone and congratulations of your prophet for your God. There was total silence. Not worry, the test object 3 has not talked to anyone more than himself for the past 3 months. The test object 3 looked at me and smiled at the camera. Then he ran with his full body, with full force against the door, while I hear that head just crack. That cracking sound gives a shivering down my spine with pleasure. Then I can say it was a success project number 5. It is time to search for project number 6.